Hi everyone. This is another snapshot on business objectives, but this time we're going to focus on sales maximization. So this is our third business objectives in the business objective series videos, and we're going to start, as we always do, with our demand curve, the average revenue curve, followed by our marginal revenue curve, which is always twice as steep as the average revenue curve. And then of course we bring in our cost curves, the average cost curve, short run, and also the marginal cost curve, which is cutting the average cost curve at the lowest possible point. So we have to think about what sales maximization is. Now, as a business objective, sales maximization essentially is all about increasing the volume of sales. So what a business is looking to do here is sell as much as it can by increasing the quantity or output to an amount at which it doesn't necessarily sacrifice any profits. Okay, so in this diagram, where we consider sales maximization to be is essentially where the average cost is equal to the average revenue, otherwise total cost equals total revenue. At this point, essentially, we have, in business terms, break even. So we're not losing any profit, we're not making it either. But in economics, that point is referred to as the normal profit point. So going back to it, if we find the location, which is highlighted in red, you highlight the quantity in the equilibrium, of course, where AC equals AR, and you take it across to the cost revenue price axis and find the price. Now, if you notice, the demand curve and the cost curve cross at the point where AC equals AR. Therefore, at that point, you also have the cost. We'll come back to that. If you compare the price and the quantity to the profit maximizing objective price and quantity, you'll notice that the price in profit max is much higher, but the quantity is lower. So this objective is signifying that firms are trying to maximize output. And then you've got to think about why they're doing that. Why is it that firms are looking to maximize output? Again, in the diagram right now, what I'm highlighting is that where AC equals AR, price equals cost. So you're making normal profits. Okay, something important, and you should also highlight that in the diagram as well. So we're not losing any money, but we're not making any either. But what we are doing is maximizing the volume of sales. Now, again, why? Well, we're maximizing volume for various different reasons. One could be that you're looking to essentially become a market leader. And of course, by selling more units, you are taking more of the total market share. So if you increase the amount of sales that you have, market share will grow, and therefore market size will be dominated. So you are taking more and more of the market as you sell more, which gives you clearly some degree of market power. Why is this important to firms? Well, it's important because in the long term, if you are selling more than the rest of your competitors and you're gaining a greater market share, this gives you more power. Your competitors then in the long term start to diminish because they can't stay in business and they can't compete with you. And then in the long term, you look to increase your prices and maybe reduce the quantity because you've got rid of all those competitors. Okay. Now, although this is the business idea, there is a link because you could also use the point of AC equals AR as a limit pricing strategy. Slightly different, but similar ideas. Okay. So just bear in mind that for sales maximization, a firm is trying to increase the size of sales, the volume of sales in order to gain higher market share. And you could also argue some elements of revenue maximization where they're trying to also increase their own rewards as stakeholders. For example, managers selling more means that they get maybe more wages and commission, etc. So similar reasons to revenue max, but specifically I would focus on increasing sales to increase market size and power, and that would be the best way forward with this diagram. Okay, that's sales maximization. Hope it helped.